In a world facing rapid population growth, environmental challenges, and rising food demand, one question has become increasingly urgent. How can we sustainably feed billions of people without destroying our planet? Among the many proposed solutions, one innovation stands out as both revolutionary and controversial. Lab-grown meat, also known as cultured meat. But what exactly is lab-grown meat? How is it made, and could it really replace traditional livestock farming? Let's explore. Lab-grown meat is real animal meat that is produced without raising or slaughtering animals. Instead of breeding, feeding, and eventually killing livestock, scientists take a small sample of animal cells, usually muscle cells, and grow them in a controlled laboratory environment. These cells are placed in a nutrient-rich culture medium that mimics the conditions inside an animal's body. The cells begin to multiply and develop into muscle tissue, which can then be harvested and processed into products like burgers, nuggets, or even steak. The concept may sound futuristic, but it has already become a reality. In 2013, the world's first lab-grown hamburger was unveiled. It cost over $300,000 to produce. Today, thanks to technological advancements, the cost has dropped dramatically, bringing it closer to commercial viability. One of the main reasons lab-grown meat has gained so much attention is its potential environmental impact. Traditional livestock farming is one of the leading contributors to greenhouse gas emissions, deforestation, and water consumption. Cattle alone produce large amounts of methane, a potent greenhouse gas. Additionally, vast areas of land are cleared to grow feed crops or to graze animals. This not only contributes to climate change, but also threatens biodiversity. Lab-grown meat offers a promising alternative. Studies suggest it could significantly reduce greenhouse gas emissions, require far less land, and use much less water compared to conventional meat production. Another major advantage is animal welfare. Each year, billions of animals are raised and slaughtered for food, often in conditions that raise ethical concerns. Lab-grown meat eliminates the need for mass animal slaughter, offering a more humane solution. However, despite these benefits, lab-grown meat is not without challenges. One of the biggest hurdles is scalability. Producing small amounts of cultured meat in a lab is one thing. Producing it on a global scale is another. Scientists and companies are still working to develop efficient, cost-effective methods for large-scale production. Another issue is consumer acceptance. Many people feel uneasy about eating meat grown in a laboratory. Concerns about safety, taste, and the naturalness of the product can influence public perception. Interestingly, early taste tests have shown that lab-grown meat can be very similar to traditional meat in both texture and flavor. This is because, at a cellular level, it is essentially the same product. Regulation is also a key factor. Governments around the world are still developing frameworks to ensure that lab-grown meat is safe for consumption. Some countries have already approved its sale, while others are still evaluating it. Then there is the question of cost. Although prices have dropped significantly since the first prototype, lab-grown meat is still more expensive than conventional meat. However, as technology improves and production scales up, experts believe costs will continue to decrease. Another important aspect to consider is the impact on farmers and the agricultural industry. If lab-grown meat becomes widely adopted, it could disrupt traditional farming practices and livelihoods. This raises important economic and social questions about how to support those affected by the transition. Despite these challenges, investment in lab-grown meat continues to grow rapidly. Major food companies, tech investors, and even governments are funding research and development in this field, because the potential benefits are enormous. By reducing the environmental footprint of meat production, improving animal welfare, and offering a scalable solution to global food demand, lab-grown meat could play a crucial role in the future of food. But it is unlikely to completely replace traditional meat anytime soon. Instead, it may become part of a broader shift toward more sustainable eating habits, alongside plant-based alternatives and improved farming practices. So what does the future look like? Imagine walking into a supermarket where you can choose between conventional meat, plant-based options, and lab-grown products. Each option comes with its own benefits, allowing consumers to make more informed choices based on their values and preferences. Restaurants may offer lab-grown steaks that are identical to premium cuts, but produced without harming animals or the environment. Fast food chains could serve cultured meat burgers at competitive prices. In the long term, lab-grown meat could even be customized. Scientists might be able to adjust fat content, enhance nutritional value, or create entirely new textures and flavors. There is also potential for use in extreme environments. For example, lab-grown meat could be produced in space, supporting long-term missions without the need for livestock. However, achieving this vision will require continued innovation, investment, and public trust. Education will play a crucial role in helping people understand what lab-grown meat is and what it is not. It is not artificial or synthetic in the traditional sense. It is real meat grown in a different way. Transparency will also be key. Consumers need to feel confident that the products they are eating are safe, ethical, and beneficial. As with any major technological shift, there will be debates, skepticism, and resistance. But history shows that innovation often begins with doubt before becoming widely accepted. Think about how people once reacted to pasteurized milk, genetically improved crops, or even refrigeration. Today, these technologies are considered normal. Lab-grown meat may follow a similar path. In conclusion, lab-grown meat represents one of the most exciting developments in food technology. It offers a potential solution to some of the biggest challenges facing our world, from climate change to food security and animal welfare. While there are still obstacles to overcome, the progress made so far is remarkable. As research continues and technology evolves, lab-grown meat could transform the way we produce and consume food.